You are born in the deep, down in the crushing dark of a world made of weight. Others call it a gravity well. You call it home. The pressure is a constant hug, a blanket woven from stone and sky. It is so heavy here that the air itself is a slow river. Light bends at strange angles. It pools in the corners of your small home. Your bones are dense things. They are pillars of strength grown to resist the endless pull. You are small. Everyone is. The world presses you down into something compact and powerful. The elders say this force is a curse, a chain that binds you to the planet's core. They curse the sky they can barely see. But you hear a secret. You feel it in your marrow. The gravity here doesn't just pull. It hums. It is a deep and steady song, the bass note of the universe. For you, it is not a chain. It is a language. And you are the only one who seems to be listening. You learn its grammar in the way dust falls. You learn its syntax in the strain of your own muscles. It whispers to you of the great weights beyond your world. The silent dance of moons, the patient pull of distant suns. You close your eyes and feel it all. The universe is not empty. It is a web of these songs, a symphony of pull and release. And your soul vibrates in perfect tune with it. Your home is a city carved from the deep rock. Life is a struggle against the constant downward push. But in the lowest minds, the pressure is greatest. The hum of the world is loudest. This is where you feel most alive. It is your secret sanctuary. The adults see only ore and danger. You see a library of cosmic truth. Down in the deepest shaft, a place forbidden to children, you find it. You are tracing the patterns of strange crystals with your finger. The hum you love so much suddenly falters here. It is a sour note in the planet's perfect song. A subtle flaw, a stutter in the steady rhythm of reality. It feels wrong. It feels like a loose stitch in the fabric of everything. You press your small hand against the cold rock wall. You close your eyes. You listen past the grinding of the earth. You reach out not with your fingers, but with your mind, with that part of you that understands the language of weight. There. It feels like a single, vibrating thread. It is thin and shimmering in your mind's eye. It is separate from the rock, from the air, from everything. It hums with a power that dwarfs your entire world. You can feel the weight of countless stars hanging from this one strand. It feels ancient and impossibly important. A cosmic loose end. What a terrible thing to leave lying around. You wonder what would happen if you touched it, if you gave it a little tug. A childish curiosity fills you. It is a dangerous thought, a thrilling thought. The thread seems to promise answers to questions you have not even formed. It is the heartstring of the universe. And it is right there, waiting for you in the dark. For a time, you do nothing. You visit the spot again and again. You listen to its strange, discordant hum. The temptation to pull is a constant companion, a secret game you play with the laws of the world. But it is just a game, a harmless fantasy. Until the day it is not, the world breaks. It happens without warning. The ground shrieks and a tremor throws you from your feet. A deep, groaning sound echoes from above. It is the sound of a world dying. Alarms begin to scream, their shrill cries a stark contrast to the deep hum you know. But the hum itself is changing. It is growing into a roar of unimaginable pressure. The great overplate, the continent of rock that forms the ceiling of your city, is collapsing. Millions of tons of stone, miles thick, are giving way. The world's immense gravity is pulling your sky down upon you. People are screaming. They run in the thick, heavy air. But there is nowhere to run. There is no escape from the sky itself. Your home is about to become your tomb. Everyone you have ever known will be crushed into nothing. The weight, your old friend, has become a monster. The pressure in your ears is unbearable. The air is becoming too dense to breathe. In that moment of absolute terror and despair, you remember the thread. You reach for it with all your will. There is no time for curiosity now. Only a desperate, final gamble. You find it shimmering in your mind. You grasp the cosmic strand, and with all the strength of your small body, you pull. For a single, terrifying moment, nothing happens. Then, the universe screams. The weight is gone. All of it. The crushing, defining force of your entire existence vanishes in an instant. The deep hum you have known your whole life stops. The silence that replaces it is the most terrifying sound you have ever heard. You are floating. Your body, built for immense pressure, feels impossibly light. Dust and small pebbles hang suspended in the air. The alarms fall silent, their mechanisms no longer working. You look up. The groaning has stopped. The descent of the great overplate has halted. It hangs motionless above you, a broken ceiling waiting for a command that will never come. People are bumping into each other, into the walls. Their faces are a mixture of shock and utter confusion. They are like deep sea fish suddenly brought to the surface. It is chaos, but it is the chaos of survival. You have traded one impossible situation for another. A classic childhood blunder. The disaster is over. The crushing is over. But you feel it in the sudden emptiness around you, that you have done something irreversible. You have not just saved your city. You have broken a fundamental law. You have stolen the very concept of weight from your world. And the universe is not the sort of place that fails to notice when something so important goes missing. The sky outside your broken city looks wrong. The thick, hazy atmosphere has thinned. The stars are no longer faint smudges. They are sharp, brilliant points of cold fire. They look closer now, too close. And as you stare into that terrifyingly clear abyss, you feel something stare back. It is not a pair of eyes. It is not a mind. It is a vast, cold awareness. A presence that feels like perfect, unbending order. It comes from everywhere at once, from the space between the stars. You have created a hole in the fabric of reality. You have made a void where there should be law. And now, the attention of the universe's oldest custodians is fixed squarely upon you. You, the child who stole gravity. It does not travel. It does not arrive. It simply is. One moment, the center of your ruined city is empty. The next, the warden is there. It is a figure of consolidated light and flawless geometry. It radiates a coldness that has nothing to do with temperature. It is the cold of pure, unfeeling logic. It does not speak with a voice. It projects its meaning directly into your mind. The concepts arrive fully formed, undeniable. An imbalance has been registered. A fundamental constant has been removed. The debt must be paid. It is the voice of an equation that must be balanced. The warden's form shimmers, showing you visions. It shows you the universe as a great, intricate machine. It shows you the piece you have removed, a vital gear, now missing. The machine is still running, for now. But it is straining. Other parts are beginning to warp and break. The being turns its attention to you. Its gaze holds no malice, no anger. It is the gaze of a surgeon looking at a tumor. You are not a child to it. You are not a savior or a person. You are an anomaly, a dangerous variable that must be corrected. You are the source of the imbalance, and it is here to correct you. The warden's message spreads through the minds of your people. They feel its purpose. They understand the choice it offers. Return what was stolen. Restore the law, or this world will be unmade to reconcile the universal equation. The message is simple. Put the gravity back, or your entire planet will be deleted. A divide splits your people in two. Some look at you with awe. They saw the sky fall. They felt it stop. You are their miracle, the child who held back the mountain. They see the warden as a monster, a cold thing that wants to return them to their prison of weight. They gather around you, their faces filled with a fierce, protective loyalty. Others look at you with pure terror. You did not just stop the disaster. You broke the world. You invited this cosmic judgment down upon them. They see the warden as a rightful authority. They see you as a monster who has doomed them all with your power. Give it back, they scream. Fix what you did. Your own family looks at you, their eyes wide with a terrible conflict. They love you, but they are afraid. The warden stands silent, waiting, a statue of perfect law. Its very presence is tearing your world apart. The choice is impossible. Return the weight and your city is doomed. Keep it, and your whole planet is forfeit. There is no place for you here anymore. You are both a savior and a curse. You cannot stay and let the warden unmake your world. And you cannot return the gravity and let your people be crushed. So you run. You turn from the faces of your family. You leap into the air, the stolen gravity a coiled power inside you. You push against the void, creating a new kind of motion. You flee into the lonely, silent dark between the stars. You drift in the cold, silent emptiness. The stolen gravity is not a memory. It is a physical thing you carry, a dense, invisible cloak wrapped around your soul. It is heavy, a constant reminder of the world you left behind. It pulls on you, anchors you. Without a star or a planet to ground you, you are a law unto yourself. Your flight is aimless at first, a desperate escape. But then you feel it, a faint, familiar hum across the void. It is the song of another world in a deep gravity well. It is a song of struggle, of immense pressure. You feel a pull toward it, a sense of kinship. You are a child of the deep, and you have found another. As you draw closer, you see it, a world shrouded in a thick, bronze atmosphere. Its surface is a network of canyons and mountains, all flattened and strained by the incredible pull. You sense life, minds that have never known a clear sky, beings who live their entire lives in a perpetual twilight, their horizons measured in feet, not miles. Their thoughts are slow, heavy, like their world. They are a people trapped, bound to the core of their planet. They dream of a sky they cannot see. They imagine stars they have only heard of in ancient myths. Their collective despair is a tangible thing, a weight even greater than their gravity. And in their sorrow, you see a reflection of your own people's past. You have this immense power now, this stolen law of the universe. The warden said to return it, to put it back where it belongs. But what if it does not belong to just one place? What if a prison for one world could be a key for another? You look at the shrouded planet below. You make a decision. You will not give them everything. That would be trading one disaster for another. But you can give them a gift, a small release. You focus on the dense cloak of power you carry. You carefully unspool a single thread of it, a small measure of the weight you stole. You let it go. You give it to the world below. The planet shudders as the new law takes hold. The thick bronze clouds begin to swirl, to thin. For the first time in 10,000 generations, a patch of clear sky opens. A ray of direct sunlight touches the ground. You feel the collective gasp of a billion souls as they look up and see their sun. As they see the endless, star-dusted night. You have not just lightened their world, you have given them the sky. Something changes in the power you hold. The raw, stolen force is no longer cold and impersonal. When you gave that gift, you felt the reaction. The sudden, explosive joy of the world below. Their wonder, their tears, the sheer, overwhelming hope of a people seeing the universe for the first time. All of it flowed back up the thread of power you released. That tidal wave of emotion washed over you. It imprinted itself onto the stolen gravity. The heavy cloak you carry now feels warm. It shimmers with the memory of that moment. It is no longer just a piece of cosmic physics you ripped from your home. It now carries the dreams of those you saved. The power is different now. It is more than just a force. It feels alive. It is a vessel for hope. This changes everything. You are not just a thief hiding in the dark. You are not a mistake to be corrected. You are a conduit for something new. Something the wardens, in their cold logic, could never understand. You realize your purpose is not to run. It is not to hide. It is to share. You have a cure for a specific kind of suffering, the suffering of the deep. You look out into the endless star fields. You can feel other worlds, other deep places, calling to you. Their faint, sorrowful hums are a map, a list of souls in need of a sky. You are no longer fleeing from something. You are traveling toward something. You become a whisper in the void, a legend passed between struggling worlds. You travel the star lanes, a ghost child with a gift of impossible lightness. You learn to control the power with incredible precision. You learn to weave the force of gravity like a master artisan. You find a binary star system whose planets are being torn apart. Their orbits are decaying. You anchor them. You stabilize their dance, giving them 1,000,000 more years of life. You do not even show yourself. You simply mend the broken physics and move on. The inhabitants only know that their long apocalypse has suddenly ended. They call it the miracle of the still heavens. You find a world whose sun is dying, swelling into a red giant. The people there are advanced, but not advanced enough to move their entire planet. They are building great ships, but they can only save a fraction of their population. You arrive like a phantom. You gently lighten their world, just enough. You help them push it into a higher, safer orbit, away from their dying star's fiery breath. They might not understand the joke, but you save them by putting them on a diet. Your legend grows. The Star Walker, the child of lightness, the gravity giver. Worlds that have never communicated with each other share your story. It becomes a prayer for those in the deepest, darkest places. A myth that gives them the strength to look up. You never ask for thanks. You never stay. The gift is the only thing that matters. But with every world you save, the power you carry grows warmer. It becomes a tapestry woven from the hope of 1,000 different species. You are no longer just carrying a stolen piece of the universe. You are carrying a promise that no one has to be trapped forever. You are a walking, talking, miracle-dispensing loophole in the misery of the cosmos, and you are getting very good at it. You were starting to think you had gotten away with it. But the universe has a very long memory, and its accountants never, ever give up. They find you near a nebula of cold dust. You are considering how to condense it, to spark a new star for a system of dying worlds. They do not appear one by one. They simply surround you. Not one warden, but a council of them. 5 figures of pure light and unbending law. They call themselves the Keepers. They do not attack. They do not threaten. They create a space around you, a bubble of absolute reality where your power has no effect, a cage made of pure logic. They are not here to punish you. They are here to teach you. Their purpose flows into you, a lesson of cold, cosmic arithmetic. They show you the universe again, not as a machine this time, but as a vast, delicate surface of water. They show you your first act, the theft, a stone dropped into the water, creating ripples. Then they show you your gifts, each one another stone, another set of ripples. The ripples are interfering with each other. They are creating points of stress. The surface of the water is stretched taut, nearly to the breaking point. Your miracles, they explain, are not free. The universe is a closed system, a balanced equation. When you remove weight from one place, you create a deficit. When you give it to another, you create a surplus. You are not fixing the balance. You are just moving the debt around, and you are accumulating interest. The fabric of space-time is becoming unstable. Your acts of kindness are like poison to the fundamental laws. They show you visions of the consequences. A star system where planetary orbits have become chaotic because the local gravity is no longer reliable. A world where the laws of physics flicker, causing matter to dissolve and reform randomly. They show you the final outcome. The ripples will converge. The surface of reality will tear. A total, cascading, universal collapse. Everything will end. Not with a bang, but with a quiet unraveling. The Keepers of the Law offer you a choice. A simple and utterly monstrous choice. You must undo everything you have done. They can give you the power to recall your gifts, to take back the hope you have given. They show you what this means. You must return to the first world you saved. You will pull the sky back down upon them. You will watch their sun disappear behind a bronze haze. You will feel their wonder curdle back into despair. You will return them to their eternal twilight prison. That is the first step. Then you must return to your own home world. You must give the gravity back, the full, crushing weight of it. The great overplate, still hanging silently overhead, will complete its fall. Your city, your people, your family, all will be crushed into memory. You must listen to their final screams as you restore the proper balance. And then you must go to every other world you touched. You must let the binary stars tear their planets apart. You must push the other world back toward its dying sun. Every act of salvation must be reversed. Every prayer you answered must be silenced. The universe, they explain, requires this. It is the only way to smooth the ripples, to prevent the final collapse. The alternative is the end of everything. Not just for the worlds you saved, but for everyone. For the Keepers themselves. For galaxies you have never seen. All of existence will unravel because of your compassion. They show you this end. Stars winking out like candles. Worlds turning to cold dust. The great, final silence of a universe that has ceased to be. They offer you the choice. The suffering of the few you saved, or the oblivion of all. You look at the shimmering, perfect faces of the Keepers. They are not cruel. They are merely correct. They see the universe as a grand equation, and it must be solved. They cannot see the faces of the people you saved. They cannot feel the warmth of the hope that now infuses the power you carry. To them, that hope is just a dangerous, unpredictable variable. You remember the gasp of a billion souls seeing their sun. You remember the silent gratitude of a people you pushed to safety. These are not just entries on a cosmic ledger. They are lives. They are dreams. Returning their suffering is not a choice. It is a betrayal. It is a failure of the universe itself if kindness is a flaw that must be erased. You look at the keepers, trapped in your cage of logic. You cannot fight them, but you can defy them. No, you project back, your thought a single solid point of rebellion. You will not be the agent of their despair. You will not break your promises. A new idea forms in your mind. A desperate, impossible plan. The keepers see the law as rigid and perfect. But you have already broken it once. Perhaps it was not as perfect as they believed. If the law is the problem, if it is so brittle that an act of mercy can shatter it, then you will not restore it. You will write a better one. You turn your focus inward, to the core of the power you hold. The stolen gravity, now woven with hope. You push against the keeper's cage. It does not break, but it shifts. For a single moment, you are free. You turn and flee, not in a random direction. You set your sights on a place of myth and theory, a place the keepers themselves fear. You race toward the heart of the universe, the theoretical core of all existence. The place where the laws of physics were first forged in the fires of creation, the engine room of reality. If you can reach it, perhaps you can change the engine itself. Not just fix a single broken part, but upgrade the entire design. The keepers pursue you. Their 5 points of light are a relentless hunting pack on your heels. They move with the perfection of physical law, while you move with the messy, unpredictable energy of hope. They are faster, but you are more determined. And you are no longer alone. Word of your defiance has spread. The beings from the worlds you saved, the ones who now had clear skies and stable suns, had taken to the stars. They saw your flight. They understood your purpose. Ragged fleets of ships from a dozen different species appear from the folds of space. They are not powerful enough to defeat the keepers, but they can slow them down. They form a desperate, beautiful armada at your back, a shield wall of gratitude. They are fighting for you. They are fighting for the promise you represent. A single ship, ancient and slow, places itself directly in the path of a warden. It is vaporized in an instant. But it bought you a few precious seconds, and in this race, seconds are all that matter. You arrive. The center of the universe is not a place. It is a state of being, a blinding, boiling sea of pure potential. The loom of creation, where the threads of reality are woven into existence. The air itself hums with the raw power of unspoken laws. This is the source code of everything. Trying to change it is like a single drop of water trying to change the tide. A funny thought, for the end of everything. The keepers are right behind you. They erect barriers of pure force, trying to quarantine the heart of reality from your influence. They cannot allow you to touch it. Your allies engage them. Ships of 100 different designs, organic, crystalline, mechanical, hurl themselves at the walls of light. It is a battle of hope against order, at the doorstep of creation itself. Their sacrifice buys you the time you need. You push through the final veil. You stand before the engine. It is a storm of light and sound and feeling. You feel every law of physics being born and reinforced in an eternal, looping moment. You hold up the power you carry, the original stolen gravity. The dense, heavy cloak, now shimmering with the imprinted hopes and dreams of all the lives you have touched. You do not try to force it back into the engine. You do not try to erase it. You hold it out as an offering, a gift. You are not a thief returning stolen goods. You are a supplicant proposing an amendment, a suggestion for a better way. You are showing the universe the proof of your work, the warmth of compassion. You are asking it to learn, to change, to grow. The engine of creation pauses. For a trillionth of a second, the entire cosmos holds its breath. The light of the core reaches out. It touches the power you hold. It feels the weight of your home world. It feels the despair of the trapped. And then it feels the explosive joy of their liberation. It feels the warmth of their hope. It understands. The universe accepts your gift. The loom of creation gently pulls the power from you. It pulls you with it. Your body dissolves into light. Your mind, your memories, your will. They are unraveled and woven into the very fabric of space-time. The child you were is gone, consumed by the engine. You are no longer a person. You are a principle. Across the cosmos, the change is felt instantly. Gravity does not vanish. It remains. But it feels different. It is a little gentler. The crushing pull in the deepest wells is a fraction less. The relentless decay of orbits is infinitesimally slower. The law is no longer just a cold, indifferent force. It now contains an echo of your compassion, a touch of mercy. It has learned. The keepers stop their assault. They feel the change in the law they are sworn to protect. The equation has been balanced, but not in the way they expected. The variable has not been replaced. It has been redefined. They hang silent in the void, their perfect logic confronted with an impossible, beautiful truth. Your allies, the fleet of the saved, feel it too. They feel it in their ships, in their bones. A subtle lightness, a gentle easing of the universe's harshest rule. They know you have succeeded. They know you kept your promise. The child who stole gravity is gone. But your gift remains, not just for them, but for everyone, for all time. You did not just give the sky to a single world. You made the entire universe a slightly kinder place to live, and your echo remains, not as a memory, but as a fundamental, benevolent law.